Okay. Done a little bit of sanding, and yeah, uncovered quite a bit of damage here, a few splits. I think most of it's pretty evident. I'll climb under there in a minute and we'll just see how much daylight we can see through. Just have a bit of a think about this big one here. It's right on the edge of the keel. Actually, probably the only thing we can do really is epoxy putty it. A few more over there. Sand it, you can't really see. Well, I suppose you can. Now, these boards are all sort of bowed this way. When you get to this one, it bows the opposite way. Not much we can do about it. I suppose when it's upright, you won't see it anyway. Couldn't really sand in here, the pad's too big. Oh, not the pad I'm using anyway, so that would be hand rubbing that. This is the it's what I was using. So it's a 40 grit. Yeah, over the angle grinder. And yeah, pretty easy to put gouges in that. With that, you really gotta concentrate on keeping it flat, like sort of as much as you can. So you can see that sort of gouge in there. This is the areas where I can't keep it flat. Yeah, that's a gouge. I wasn't paying attention. So these are actually, yeah, they're going to have to be sanded out because they're going to look shit once you put a gloss on it. A couple other bits here and there. Basically, most of it's come up pretty decent. As I said, the go is to try and keep it flat. Yeah. Because it's ripping it off so quick, you know, spend hours with the orbital or anything else. I had a DA that it up. And yeah, the place where this boat came from, they had a really good DA there. DA is a double action. It orbits as well as spinning. But yeah, unfortunately it's not there anymore, so I can't borrow it. So, gonna make do with what I got. These, I've explained before too. This is an epoxy resin putty that they've put in there. The reason that isn't stuck anymore is because they didn't resin it first. You know, like if you're going to epoxy, you know, something like this, you're going to make sure it's going to stick. Like that would have been, once you mix an epoxy putty up, it's sort of reasonably dry. Like it's not going to absorb into the timber. You've got to put the resin on there first, and you've got to paint it in and brush it in, and you know, have it go off fairly slow so that it's got time to absorb into the timber. Otherwise, it's just not going to bond to it. And that's the story there. So I'm not going to take that out. They've actually done one thing good, is they pumped a few nails in there first to help hold it. But yeah, if they'd have done it properly, it'd still be solid. So, but anyway, as I said, I'll brush some epoxy into that, and it will bond back onto it. So anyway, let's just jump underneath and see. I've propped it up, got my stumps. Yeah, so let's just see how much daylight we got under me, whether it'll show it. Probably when I get under here, the light's going to come on, the camera light. Yep, it is. We're probably not going to be able to see it. It's a camera light. Yeah, camera light's like. There's a lot coming through just there. Yeah, the light from the camera's cancelling it out. Anyway, what I have to do now is I'm going to clean this up enough. So I'm going to mask over that so that I can pour resin in it and it won't just flow out. And I don't want to waste it. I could just clean it, paint it with the resin and then make a putty that will hold in there, make a putty that's dry enough to not run through. But yeah, generally with stuff like that, like with smaller cracks like that you won't get putty into anyway, or not very much. Yeah, you've got to tape up underneath. And in order to do that, it's got to be clean enough for the tape to stick. So I think I'll get the wire wheel in here. Just do where I can see daylight. I'd like to be able to show you the daylight, but the camera's going to spoil it. Yeah. Turn it off. What's that light? Oh, here we go. It's worked out and I can turn it off. You've got a considerable amount of daylight coming through some of these. Yeah, that's a pretty big one there. Another big long one here. Not too bad though, really. It's and I was thinking I might have to poke a bit of something through so I can identify them, but yeah, they're all visible clearly up top. So nothing at all up front until up the back here. But yeah. Anyway. That's the tomorrow job. And of course, as I mentioned in the previous one, still got to get this keel board off, clean it up. Still got sand on the top there as well. Yeah. So, alright, that's what we're up to. Thanks for watching. Bye.